You know when you're watching anime that you're really enjoying and it's generally pretty good, but then out of nowhere some stupid, annoying anime trope comes in and ruins it all? Well, here's a list of some of the most annoying tropes in anime that just makes my blood boil whenever I see it. And to start off, nothing ruins my good mood like the good old high-pitched Alvin the Chipmunk's anime girl voice. Seriously, who the hell talks like that? Those anime girls could be well in their 18 years of age and still talk like a newborn baby. I don't understand. It pisses me off every single time I see it. It's a cheap attempt at making them seem cute and childlike, which is kind of weird, let's be honest. I think you could still make anime girls talk like a normal, functioning human being and still make them cute without them sounding like a toddler. I just think it's unnatural and cringy and I can't bear to hear it anymore. Shonen MCs that fight with 60 broken bones. Well, I love a good fight in anime, one that makes you stay at the edge of your seat, just waiting anxiously for what's going to happen next. You know, the MC is fighting bravely, but suddenly got their leg broken. They shouldn't be able to fight anymore, right? What are they gonna do, jump around with one leg? Welp, don't worry, cause have you ever heard of lack of good writing? Well, with lack of good writing, that character who just got their leg broken will just scream a bit, because it probably hurts, and then continue to fight like nothing happened. In fact, sometimes after those major injuries, they sometimes even manage to get even stronger. Make it make sense. And then that same get injured, scream, goes back to fight like nothing happened, gets stronger, cycle goes on and on until somebody finally dies. Like, I get the adrenaline rush and all, with people feeling literally nothing after losing limbs, but I'm so numbed out by these shows that now whenever I'm watching Demon Slayer, and I don't know, Tanjiro gets stabbed in the jaw, I'm just like, yeah, suck it up. That's nothing. Protagonists should fight with 60 broken bones. Only crybabies stop fighting after getting stabbed once. Fatal injury excuses. You know when a character suffers a clearly deadly fatal injury, we are supposed to believe that it's the end for them. They're definitely dead. No coming back from that. But then suddenly, without mentioning that ability before, they pull an Uno reverse card and be like, nope, I'm very much alive and couldn't be better. And then that ability is never mentioned or used again. Excuse me, what the actual you lost half of your body, how are you alive? Like how in Attack on Titan, there's this famous scene where this character, which I'm not gonna name, lost his head. He's dead, right? Clearly. No matter how you see it, he's dead. But no, because in anime logic, apparently this character managed to somehow transfer his consciousness to his jewels and save himself even though he got beheaded. He got beheaded? What the actual The dead parent curse. Oh my god! A parent figure of the main character who's nice and is actually alive? What a miracle, a blessing. Finally, a shonen protagonist who can be happy.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just...
Don't you just love to start watching a new anime and then it's just that same fatherless or orphan main protagonist over and over again? And when the main character finally have a living parent or living family members, for that matter, they die in the very first episode. Seriously, what is wrong with these authors? Do they all have daddy and mommy issues? Sometimes it is used as a way for getting sympathy points for the MC, which I get it, but it just doesn't have the same effect after the gajillion fatherless protagonist, does it? And what I hate the most about the dead parents trope is how anime treats those dead parents. Their death doesn't affect the main character in any way, which is absurd. They're almost or never remembered by the main protagonist, even though they should be one of the most important people in their lives. I just hope that them growing up as an orphan affects them in some way. Not just they get sad for one episode and then move on. I don't think that they have to be depressed, but they should see the world differently, learn things differently. Anything. I think Fruits Basket is one of the very few anime that does a pretty good job at handling parent loss, or really bad parents in general. Characters we know are gonna die. In anime, there are things called death flags. And just as the name suggests, it basically means that just by how a character acts, or is introduced, you just know that they're gonna die. Actually, a nice living parent figure also enters the death flag territory, but we already talked about that. The thing about death flags is that it really annoys me when it is obvious that they're gonna die, because authors generally make them have the very same personality every single time. Because to have a memorable death, and not just a meaningless one that you don't care about, authors need to strategize to get you attached to said character, mostly side characters. So they are made to be nice and likable, they have heroic goals of helping people, save everyone, and just in general make you want to root for them. They may have a younger sibling who is sick, or a loved one who really cares about them and can't wait to see them come back home. Generally, it is a self-sacrifice for the main protagonist to continue their journey, but they can die in many various ways. It's not that I don't like those characters, I just don't like how obvious it is that they're gonna die. If they start talking about helping everyone and say they believe in the protagonist, that's a death flag. How could you be so nice and selfless? Now, similarly to death flags, there are signs I call life flags, which I haven't seen anyone talk about this before using these terms, but have you ever seen those really scumbag, stinky characters just being a load of piece of shit and then wishing from the bottom of your heart that they will die in the worst possible death and rot in hell? Well, those scummy characters were purposely made very unlikable so that the longer they live, the more bad stuff they do and the greater your anger towards them. Like, think about it. It's a great strategy to make you keep watching to finally see those scumbags get what they deserve. So when they finally die, you can't help but feel that satisfaction. Like, just think about Gabby. Every single week of Attack on Titan, people would rant how much they hate Gabby and wished for her death. And if you don't know, Gabby is this very cute little girl who killed a very beloved character. My gosh, I must have wished for her death more times than there were humans on that earth before Eren did the thing. Yikes. And one last trope I hate the most, it is when people watch the whole video and don't like and subscribe. I'm just kidding. Anyways, this list was just my opinion. If you like those tropes, good for you. It's fine. You probably have very bad taste though. Well, let me know if you disagree or agree in the comments, and if there are more tropes you observe when watching anime. Thank you for watching. Bye!